Hey, das sind Witches, das ist Quatsch, das ist nicht wahr. Hey, nimm du an der Show.
Der worldwide phenomenon, Untitled Show.
Welcome to Attack of the Show, TV's only source for all the stuff you care about. I am Chris Hardwick.
And I'm Thanks, guys. We're coming to you live from the G4 Studios in Los Angeles.
Kevin and Olivia are not here in studio, but
They're
thankfully,
not?
no.
What?
I know it's weird. We are not Kevin and Olivia, but they will be joining us live via satellite from an undisclosed location.
Oh, here they are. Hey. Hey, everybody.
Hey.
Oh, hello there.
Allison Hayslip.
Hey.
Chris Hardwick.
It's great to be joining you guys live. This is a big deal for us. We're really
Huge.
excited.
We're so excited. We love getting away, but we
Love
miss you
it.
guys a lot. And Kevin and I just wanted to tell you guys that we are having so much fun.
Our secret Comic-Con shoot.
I personally love.
Secrets.
That's right. And today's show is looking great. I mean, there were so many good
so
things
many.
on it. Like,
As seen on TV.
Right, of course.
Gadget Prawn.
You know, and we're just so crazy about,
Prawn.
you know, it's
oh
a big
God.
deal.
So
Big
have
deal.
fun hosting the show and do a good job, or we'll.
Kill you.
What she said. He's a kidder.
Anyway,
Allison. Chris.
thanks for having us live on the show.
Now, Olivia and I really have to get back to.
This shoot.
We just love it.
Comic-Con. Secrets. And
Viking.
What?
We love it.
All right. I think that,
Mine's not even on.
they're undisclosed locations, a wallpaper store.
Apparently our lives depend on this show
This
today,
show right here,
so-
which, by the way, today, Lady Gaga's new music video clocks in at over 9 minutes long. You'll never get that time back. But something seems to be missing from the footage. We will explain it around the net. You're welcome. Plus, we've got an AOTS exclusive, brand new trailer from the movie Kick-Ass. Fists will fly, tights will be worn, and asses shall be kicked.
Then Netflix streaming and Xbox games are coming to your phone. We'll explain today's big breaking news from Microsoft's Mixed 10 event in the Loop. And infomercials meet cold, hard science. We test the Mxz Pocket Saw to see if it really can cut through almost anything. And as seen on TV, today, anything happens to be a lamb's head.
All right. Yeah, that's going to be hot, you guys.
Totally hot.
We'll get there, but time now to run down the top 5 things on the web.
We're going around the net. Coming in at number 5, we have a dirt bike rider, and multiple steep ramps made out of dirt.
Which, if you follow the natural order of the universe, must eventually lead to hitting the dirt and a dirt nap. That's how I like to get into bed.
That's the first time I've seen a guy actually plow the earth during his faceplant.
Well, I am sure that guy will have a bumper crop of stitches come spring when he wakes up and doesn't recognize anyone around him.
Or himself.
That's right.
And at number 4 is a trailer for the new movie, Twilight Eclipse. That is still ruining our teenage population, and it came out last week.
Naturally, we ignored it. Until today, when the folks at Jack's Films redubbed it and made it much, much mo better.
Edward. Jacob. Edward. Jacob. Bella. Jacob. The code of panic. The code of panic.
You know what? I might actually watch the shirtless werewolf with clutch cargo mouth version of that movie. Yep.
Spoiler alert! It will still be terrible.
Hardwick.
What?
Hardwick.
Hey, Slap.
Hardwick.
Hey, Slap.
Hardwick.
Dakota Fanning.
Alright, coming in at number 3 is a memorable quote from the 1992 movie Second Glance.
A film's last line is often the most memorable and best written piece of dialogue from the entire movie. Except this time!
What?
Hey, Scotty, Jesus, man.
I feel like we got to see that one more time.
Yeah, I think we need to too. Let's do it.
Hey, Scotty. Jesus, man.
And they freeze on it.
Yeah, they freeze. If you actually watch the rest of it, then the credits just roll after
Over
that.
the
Like,
whole,
it's literally
she's just frozen the whole time. I got, you know, the Lord works in mysterious ways and really lazy script writing.
Yes. Jesus may forgive you, but we won't. Jesus.
And at number 2 is the credits.
Here's a movie about the Lord. That was probably the end credit song. Probably.
Now we owe them royalties.
Damn it.
All right, so number 2 is the ridiculous new Lady Gaga video for the song Telephone.
In a mere 4 days, the clip has been watched by over 15 million people.
Chris, were you one of those people?
No, I was not.
No. Then I would like to focus your attention on one particular part of this video. Incoming!
Say goodbye to fashion. Go ahead.
I told you she didn't have a
Too bad.
Lady Gaga has a hoo-ha. Bet's a bet. There's your $20.
Thank you very much.
Still ahead. Someone call PETA.
Yeah, a man does a very strange thing with a goat in our number 1 around the net. It's weird. It's awkward.
This portion of Attack of the Show is brought to you by Sony Make.Believe. Believe that anything you can imagine, you can make real.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
We started at 5.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I know it's number 1.
And we counted down to 1.
Yeah, I know. What?
1.
Okay.
So in at number 1 today, it's a YouTube video of a man and a goat.
I promise it is not what you think. It is way worse. And he was mashing it down, too. By the way, playing a goat pipe means something else where I've come from. It's not,
Where you're from is awful.
You don't get to say that, New Jersey. You don't get to say that.
You're from Tennessee.
Yep, that's
I
right.
think Jersey trumps Tennessee.
In Tennessee,
all the time.
we don't take the time to turn the goat into a bagpipe. We just mash it down on our junk. What a lot of extra work for the same result.
We don't even have goats in Jersey.
Well, I'll bring you some. To get your daily viral fix and check out all the viral videos we have to offer, go to g4tv.com/aroundthenet. Hey, our good friend Sir Jeremy has another very important message for his vassals.
I love Sir Jeremy. We were all very surprised to hear that dragons have religions.
Most posers don't even know that dragons have religions. Well, they do. And dragon genealogy is the most popular. It all started in medieval times somewhere in Europe with castles. Dragon Jesus was conceived immaculately within a peasant woman named Razor Collins. She was pregnant for 7 years before Sir Ian McKellen slashed open her stomach with his rapier and relieved her of the holy beast. Finally free from Razor's womb, Dragon Jesus set off to begin his great work, which I'll detail later. I'm actually pretty hungry right now.
I'm just going to say it right now. Jeremy's Dragons, my favorite segment on the show.
It's a pretty damn good segment, Jeremy's Dragons. All this week, by the way, Gadgetron is viewer requested.
So, you guys have gotten no one to blame for yourselves but this. What?
People, you got blamed too for yourselves.
Sometimes
Words.
I just like to say things backwards.
Words are hard.
Okay, so the phone is a tablet.
Yeah.
Or this
ooh.
tablet is a phone?
Burn,
I don't know.
Steve Jobs, burn.
Which one?
Nokia isn't new to the tablet business, and their latest is the most powerful yet, the N900. Weighing in at only 6 ounces, this mobile computer has a 3.5-inch touchscreen, full QWERTY keyboard, and a 5-megapixel camera with a built-in photo editor. Plus, with GPS, 3.5G, and Wi-Fi connectivity, a browser that supports Flash, and 32 gigs of storage, it's ready to take on anything the web can throw at you for $465.
There it is.
Okay, first impression. It's a lot bigger than most other smartphones out there. It's 75% thicker and heavier than an iPhone. It almost feels like a camera. Might be a little big to have in your pocket at all times, but the screen looks great. It's got 800 by 480 resolution. But is the touch capability on par with what we're used to?
Well, it's close. This is a resistive touchscreen. There's a difference between that and the iPhone, which is capacitive. That means this is pressure sensitive as opposed to, you're breaking an electron field on the iPhone. You're going to have to press a little bit harder than on a Droid or the iPhone. But once you get used to this, it's fairly responsive, although it works even better when you use the, what's that word? A stylus!
What?
Yeah!
Why do phones still have stylus?
Welcome to 2010.
Why does anything still have a stylus? Really?
I don't know, but there it is.
Look at this
there's
thing.
there's also no multi-touch, and it's really not the best touchscreen reviews, but it's a big step for Nokia. Yay you!
I gotta be honest, I feel like I will scratch the screen with the stylus. It feels really
if you
like...
mash on it like that, then yes.
That's what I would...
If you're stabby with the stylus, then you will scratch it, yeah.
All right, Nokia uses their own operating system called MIMO, and hasn't always been the easiest to use or understand. I was very confused when I first got it. Couldn't figure out how to close screens on this.
It is a little weird.
Have they improved on it? Because I still found it kind of difficult.
Yeah, they've improved on it a little bit.
Look, it's not even opening Facebook! There it goes. It opened.
Well, yeah, if you hit it harder, it'll respond better.
That's what she said.
It's rage sensitive. Customizable home screens and large icons have finally been added to MIMO, making it much easier and nicer to look at also. There's also a full keyboard, but some of the keys are weirdly placed, like the spacebar, for instance. And things like connecting to Wi-Fi are still confusing, since you have to go through a bunch of different menus. Multitasking is also a great added feature, but it does take a little bit of learning. So when you're within the app, you got to tap on the top left to bring up the other apps you're running. This is a very PC hierarchy, by the way. Overall, it's like 5 steps. Overall, you have to get used to MIMO, but it's powerful once you kind of figure it out.
It's got a pretty wallpaper.
Yeah, that's a thing.
All right, so Nokia has always included a lot of features with their N-series tablets. How well do they work?
They work pretty well. The browser is solid. It'll load practically anything you can throw at it, including Flash. Though Flash I found was a little jittery on there. It wasn't as smooth as I wanted it to be, and that was on Wi-Fi. They do have it, and it's easy to navigate around. Lots of extra features too. No pinch and zoom, but you can double tap with your plastic pen.
I will always
The 5-megapixel camera with a flash takes good outdoor pictures, but anything in low light is going to blur. And then the Ovi store is finally up. It's got thousands of apps to choose from. Also, Exchange 2007 support for corporate email. No support for Exchange 2003, which is actually more widely used. Why would they do that? I don't know.
2003 was 7 years ago, people.
Yeah, that's right. 32
Update
gigs.
to the 3 years ago one.
What?
2007 is still 3 years ago.
You're awesome at math. 32 gigs of storage, plus a micro SDHC slot, SIM card slot, so it'll work on the phone, or it'll work on AT&T or T-Mobile as well. But only those carriers. You can't do you can't take it over to Verizon.
Why would you want to? All right, it's $465 unlocked, which, if you don't know what unlocked means, it means you can get it without a contract.
Right.
So at that price, what are we giving it?
3 out of 5, Allison Hayslip. An iPhone, Droid, or Pre is around $600 unlocked, so the N900 is definitely a good deal.
But you get a stylus!
But you get a stylus, and there's still some things that need to be smoothed out, like small stuff like touchscreen interface design, things of those nature. Yep, that's right.
Stylus your face.
Thank you for styling my face.
There you go. All
That feels
right, that's it for
good.
Gadgetpron. And remember, for even more of the latest news on computers, games, and tech, check out g4tv.com/thefeed.
You could use a stylus to clean out blackheads, I guess. That would be another useful thing for a stylus.
There you go, $465 for a blackhead cleaner.
That's right.
All right, still ahead. Someone went and built an Android actor in Robot News. Great. That's awesome, because they're goes my career. Thanks, people.
Ben, it's like Saw in real life when we hack a sheep's head apart with a pocket saw that promises to cut through anything. I'm sure that won't be disgusting.
Sure, Hulu's got network TV covered, but they're seriously lacking on the anime front. Well, anime addicts can rest easy because Crunchyroll.com is here to ease their woes. Crunchyroll is a Hulu-like site with an ever-growing library of anime, manga, and other Asian fare that usually doesn't find a place on sites like Hulu or Juice. The site hosts a huge range of popular anime titles like Naruto Shippuden, Shangri-La, and even classic episodes of Speed Racer. Crunchyroll also has a dedicated community of anime lovers that'll make you feel right at home in your obsession with all that is Asian. It's also got a choice selection of live-action programming spanning Japan, China, and Korea, and even boasts a huge library of videos for auto enthusiasts. So if you're looking for some Asian flavor at minimal cost, hop on over to Crunchyroll.com and sign up for their premium membership for only $12 a month. Or you can just enjoy most of it for free.
Guess what?
What's that?
We're live.
Oh my God, look over there, a newsie named Blair.
Christian Bale's here.
Yep.
I love that movie,
One
don't
man.
joke.
One man. Let's start the feed. Chris Hardwick got it too.
Jesus, seize the day, Blair.
Ides of March! Lightning! Here are your top stories today. Pre-sales of Apple's new iPad are estimated to have reached 152,000 units in just 72 hours. Unbelievable. Applying a complex algorithm, amateur Apple analyst Daniel Tello calculated that orders of the tablet reached 120,000 units by Friday, but dropped sharply over the weekend. Still, if these numbers add up, over 1 million iPads will have been purchased in the first 2 weeks of the tablet's release. This would put sales ahead of the original iPhone, which took 74 days to reach 1 million units, which is pretty impressive considering only 3 to 4 million tablet computers are sold each year. Allison's good at math. She got it. Today, at an event dubbed Mxz 10, Microsoft announced its Windows Mobile 7 app development partners, and the list includes some gigantic names. Among the notables are Pandora, Shazam, Foursquare, and Sling. And to the delight of many, Microsoft will be the first phone OS capable of streaming movies from Netflix. That's right, the gaming has also been stepped up as it appears the operating system is able to play full versions of Xbox Live arcade games, and we're going to have more on this in just a few moments in the loop. Ford's Crown Victoria is finally turning in its badge, people. It's sad. After nearly 3 decades of use as a law enforcement cruiser, the Crown Victoria is finally being replaced by the Ford Police Interceptor. Oh, that actually makes me feel better. Which was unveiled Friday at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. The new Ford is designed to be safer, faster, and more durable, and will come packed with loads of advanced technology, including a rear-view camera system, 2 radar blind spot sensors to detect vehicles in surrounding lanes, and an all-new 3.5-liter EcoBoost V6 twin turbocharged direct injection engine. Ow! 365 horsepower! Get back in your cage, Jenny! The Crown Victoria police car, which debuted in 1983, will remain in production until late next year, about the same time that police interceptors will start driving off the assembly line. And finally, happy dot birthday, my friends. Today marks the 25th anniversary of the .com. That's right. Back in March of 1985, Massachusetts-based company manufacturer Symbolics Inc. registered the first .com web address. By 1997, the number of registered sites had surpassed 1 million, thanks to President Clinton's landmark Telecommunications Act. Today, there are over 84 million .com domain names, with 18 billion new queries made every 8 hours. Now, celebrating this esteemed silver anniversary, the internet infrastructure company VeriSign will host an exclusive day-long policy forum in Washington, D.C. tomorrow, and it's headlined by Bill Clinton himself, who has personally marked the occasion by registering for the site cigarboner.com. I'm Blair Hurdy, just been fed.
You totally seized that day, Blair.
The eyes of March!
No lightning. All right, so usually in robot news, we tell you about frightening new machines that threaten our very existence. But this time, we've got a helpful robo-servant, and no, you cannot have sex with it. Yet.
In the realm of powerful humanoids, it has been said that Asimo reigns supreme. Until now. Move over, Honda. There's a new sheriff in town, and his name is Kojiro. It's a mechanized robotic servant with 60 degrees of motion and a network of artificial muscles that will allow it to lift 40 pounds. IEEE Spectrum reports that the JSK Robotics Laboratory in Tokyo has also equipped Kojiro with a human-like skeletal structure that allows it to move, twist, and bend in a natural way. Using a PlayStation controller to direct its basic tasks, the Kojiro project is still undergoing final tests before launching this summer. Engineers say that its lightweight design and flexible muscle structure is sure to make Kojiro a much more friendly and accessible solution for humans in search of robotic assistants in their homes. Friggin' rich people.
Dance.
Now any engineer knows that building robots is no child's play, but that doesn't mean you can't do it. Thanks to Lego Mindstorms, you too can build and program your own robotic concoction with Lego blocks. Just ask Mike Dobson, who used the Legos kit to create Cubestormer, a robot that can solve any 3-inch Rubik's Cube in less than 12 seconds. Cubestormer uses a webcam to scan the faces of the cube and sends the data to a computer running the software Cube Explorer. The software analyzes the color pattern and solves the cube within 20 moves. Cubestormer holds the world record for a robot and is just 5 seconds shy of the fastest human. Just another example of robots striving to beat us at everything. But bragging rights are not the only source of motivation for these mechanical go-getters. They also do it for the love of the stage.
To be or not to be.
Exhibit A. Robo Thespian Rt3, the third and most advanced version of a robotic actor.
I'm a machine. I'm an acting machine.
Created by Engineered Arts, this actor bot has been upgraded with lifelike facial expressions and body movement. Built with a bendable torso and 8 independent fingers, Robo Thespian uses an integrated diagnostic system that is controlled by a touchscreen interface running an open-source 3D animation program. As the user moves the 3D model, RT imitates the exact same motion. The touchscreen controller allows the users to change RT's eyes, cheek color, and head movements, which can be recorded in its database and played back at any time. Although the robot has been mainly used for speaking at company panels, we enjoy RT for its vocal range.
I'm walking on sunshine.
But if you want to cast RT3 in your next musical, it'll cost you around $83,000 to purchase him.
I've even got over 500 friends on Facebook.
So if you thought robots were only good for space missions and stealing our jobs, you're wrong. They want to play games and live the good life, just like the rest of us.
Wow.
I want a robot servant with a humanoid form now, Daddy.
Allison, we already have them. They are called production assistants. I call this one number 7.
My name's Anthony.
So lifelike, number 7.
He's a cute one. All right, in other news, the original Ninja Warrior is back with brand new episodes. Rejoice, people.
That's right. The competition rolls out over 2 consecutive Saturday marathons starting on April 10th at 6 p.m. Tune in to see some of the most intense and shocking Ninja Warrior episodes ever seen.
What? You can find more details at g4tv.com/Ninja Warrior.
Makes sense.
Stay tuned. We're hacking up a sheep's head. Yay! We're going to find out if the saw that cuts through anything actually cuts through anything. She said. It says on seen on TV. Coming up next.
I'm going to throw up.
Sheep's head.
The feed is brought to you by eHarmony.com. Are you ready to fall in love?
What happens next?
This guy's trying to show off his dance moves for his friend's camera. What happens next? Does he fall right on his ass? Do one of his friends pull out his arms from under him? Or do his buddies surprise him with a shot to the junk? Find out when we return. This guy's trying to show off his dance moves for his friend's camera. What happens next? Does he fall right on his ass? Do one of his friends pull out his arms from under him? Or do his buddies surprise him with a shot to the junk? And that is why I do not dance.
Welcome back. Now, today we heard breaking news about Xbox and Netflix on your Windows 7 phone OS at Mxz 10, and we're going to explain it all to you in the loop. Joining me via dark magic from New York to help make sense of it all is Editor-in-Chief for Engadget, Mr. Joshua Topolsky. Welcome, Joshua.
Hey, Chris, how are you?
Good, how are you? Now,
Very good.
Normally, Mr. Topolsky, you wouldn't expect any major news to come out of a conference for designers and developers. However, Microsoft had us all in a tizzy this morning with everything going on at Mxz 10, so looks like Xbox gaming is coming to Windows 7 phones. Can we confirm that?
Yeah, I mean, they're really pushing Xbox gaming on these devices. You know, they announced Windows Phone 7 at Mobile World Congress last month, and they were really quiet about all the developer side of things. You know, what's going to happen with gaming, how are apps going to be created. And they spilled the beans at Mix, and it looks like they're going to push really hard to bring Xbox, really integrate Xbox into a mobile phone, into a smartphone platform.
And also, attendees also got their first look at tons of Windows 7 apps, but did you see anything that looked particularly impressive?
Yeah, well, they showed off a Netflix app where you can do streaming like you would on an Xbox, which is pretty amazing. Seismic, a Twitter app, looked really good. They showed off some 3D gaming, a game called The Harvest, which looked amazing. And they actually showed something really interesting, which was an extension that you could plug into their gallery, the native app on the phone, and it lets you edit your photos without having to open another application. So really interesting possibilities with that.
That's what I actually want to go back for a second and ask you about the Netflix streaming. Did you actually see it work? Did it look good? Was it juddery? I mean,
yeah.
How does it...
I mean, they had it running during their press conference, during their demo, and it looked great. I mean, you know, obviously the resolution is going to suffer because it's a smaller device with a lower resolution screen, but I mean, it's streaming Netflix. It looked clear. It was not stuttery, and it's on a mobile phone. So that's a pretty huge deal.
So what other developers are on board that you saw out there?
Well, EA is on board, of course. They're not going to miss this kind of party. And Namco, you've got Pandora, Shazam. I mean, a lot of the stuff you're seeing for other platforms, they're coming over to Windows Phone 7.
So where would you lay odds on other phones like the iPhone or Nexus 1, for instance, getting the Netflix streaming, just to go back?
Well, Netflix, the streaming is relying on Silverlight, which is a Microsoft plugin, Microsoft technology. You're not going to see it on the iPhone. You're probably not going to see it on an Android phone. So the odds right now don't look that great.
Man, that's a shot to the jewels for Apple, because I have an iPhone. I've been wanting to stream my Doctor Who. I'm not going to be able to do that, and a huge boon for Windows. Was everything Engadget saw at Mxz 10 today enough to make Apple worry, I guess, is the question that we all really want to know.
Well, I mean, I got to say, I'm pretty impressed with what they're doing. I mean, they're really pushing games. They're pushing apps that you're not going to see on something like the iPhone. Netflix is a perfect example. They're really taking advantage of Silverlight and XNA, and in a complete way, not like they're not half-assing it. It's the real deal. So these phones seem really compelling to me right now. I mean, besides the fact that you've got all of this integration happening, you've also got Microsoft behind it, which is monolithic. So, I mean, if they do this right, if these phones are as good as they look when they come out, I mean, it could be real competition for all the smartphones that are on the market right now.
Well, it looks like the consumers are going to win, because these two OSs all these OSs actually are going to go head-to-head, and that competition is going to give us a lot of really cool stuff. I want to thank Joshua Topolsky. Thanks so much from Engadget for keeping us in the loop. I'll see you around. Let us go. We actually know each other. I wouldn't just say I'll see you around to someone. That would be weird otherwise. Let's go over to Allison Hayslip.
I'll see you around.
Yeah.
Right on the show in a moment. Oh, actually right now, because you're walking over here right now.
No, I'm just hanging out.
Well, fine. All right, so if you have a large labia question on the tip of your tongue, there's only one lady to call, Anna David. She's kryptonite to genital confusion. I can't believe I said that.
I'm Anna Anna David here in San Diego. With millions of people getting it on, there's bound to be a need for sex advice. So I'm at Hustler Hollywood in San Diego to help out with the issues.
In your pants, or whatever this is.
My girlfriend has this crazy labia, and I just really don't know what to think of.
What's crazy to one man might be perfectly normal to another man. And I think that the thing you do not want to do is make her self-conscious about something that is a beautiful part of her womanhood and something she can't change, right?
Yeah.
So what if you actually start to focus on appreciating it? It's unique. It makes her unlike other women's private parts that you've seen. And you realize you've got it made. You've got a girlfriend with this crazy, amazing, unique thing. Congratulations, Andrew. Can I shake your hand?
I've been with my boyfriend for about roughly 3 years now, and I've been watching a lot of porn lately. I've kind of been veering off to like the all-girl stuff, and I don't want it to ruin me and my boyfriend's relationship, but I think I'm turning bisexual. What do you think I should do?
Well, I think that you gotta kind of maybe risk losing this relationship in order to explore that, because that's a pretty important thing.
Yeah.
You know, I don't advocate cheating, but I think you talk to him. Then you gotta go out and have fun, I guess, exploring this thing you want to explore. And who knows? I mean, you could go there and you're like, you know what? This was like just a fantasy. I'm totally happy just watching it. I don't need to do this. Or you could be like, this is what I've been waiting for my entire life. See ya, men.
Well, Anna, I'm thinking about getting a Prince Albert, and I want to know how that will help my partner sexually.
The thing about it is, it can help the partner. I mean, definitely, I have heard anecdotally, I do not have experience with this. The only guy I knew that had it had taken his out long ago. But, you know, it can feel especially nice if it hits a certain part, but it also can hit the cervix. And that can be incredibly painful. You know, and it bleeds a lot. I don't know how you are with blood, but it bleeds a lot when it happens. And you run the risk of infections down there. And, you know, there are all kinds of things to consider. You know, and also, just so you know, it's kind of more like a gay dude thing these days.
Okay.
So, you know, another thing to consider.
Maybe I'll get another tattoo.
Yeah. Just doing my part to help out the folks in San Diego. I'm Anna David. See you next time I go in your pants.
BTW, if there are any women out there turned on by the lesbian porn, we would like to hear from you.
You would like to hear from them.
That is what I said.
No. All right, it's time to find out if those products they sell on TV actually do the things they say they do.
That's right. It's another edition of As Seen on TV.
The finer and easy and fun. Have a clean. You'll be amazed at just how much it'll book it forms a bond that lasts forever.
Call now.
Well, we've already snugged the snuggie and slapped the slap chop, so today we're turning our attention to the Mxz Pocket Saw. Here's what they say it does.
Any saw can cut through wood, but even this saw can't cut through a cinder block. Ouch! Forget that monstrosity. Now there's the Mxz saw. It's the little high-tech saw that's big, really big on toughness. Sure, it cuts through hardwood with ease, but the Mxz saw also goes through that cinder block just like that. Cut copper pipe to just the size you need. The Mxz saw is so tough it can cut through this heavy ceramic coffee mug, yet it won't cut your fingers. Amazing!
We are ready to do science with gloves and goggles.
We don't want to cut our fingers. Ouch!
No. All right, so these things cost $19.95 each. Guess what, Chris? The blade is not sharp enough to cut your skin.
No.
It feels weird. It feels like sandpaper, but it can't cut you.
Yeah, it's supposed
so weird. I don't know why I'm doing that.
It's supposed to cut wood pretty easy, so let's give it a shot.
All right.
Let's get 20 seconds on the clock, please.
Can we do this? Are you ready?
Ready?
Wait. This is not fair. You're right-handed, and you get to use the edge of the table.
Well, sorry, it's not an MXZ fair world, Allison Hayslip.
All right, let's do this.
All right,
Okay, ready? Cut! Oh, the table's in my way! Oh my gosh, this is really hard. Crap. Okay. Are you winning?
All right, That's clearly going to take 13 hours to get that trick right there. That's pretty assy.
I'm exhausted.
You all right?
Oh my god, we made really good sawdust.
So you got your woodcutting dress on there. That's good.
All right.
Now,
Bring it.
in the commercial,
Woo!
they got through a pipe pretty quickly. Let's see if we can do the same.
Chris Hardwick with the copper pipe in the studio.
All right.
Look at the end of the table again. Damn it.
Yeah, can we get another 20 seconds, please?
Yeah, let's do
All
this.
right, go.
Now I'm just making copper sawdust. It gets really shiny though. Okay, I don't have the stamina for this.
It's like trying to cut through with your fingernail, man. That is not awesome by anyone's standards.
I think I actually cut through the fabric on the table.
Whoa, it cuts fabric. What a knife.
Okay. All right. Doesn't do wood. Doesn't do copper. I'm thinking something. That was loud. I'm thinking something more organic, like bone, perhaps.
All right, roll those lesbian videos.
No. Although why you would want to cut through bone with one of these things, I have no idea.
All right, then bring on the lamb's heads.
Bring on the lamb's heads! Oh my god, they're disgusting.
Yep, these are,
His tongue's sticking out!
so human.
Oh god. All right, these are actual grade A real lamb's head from the local butcher.
Please don't cut into my face. Let's get 20 seconds on the clock.
Ew.
20 seconds on the clock.
Where are you cutting? Wait,
Ready?
do I have to cut the
I'm just
same
going to
way?
cut across the bridge of the nose.
I'm just gonna
Just
hack
for
diagonally.
glasses. All right, ready? Go.
Holy crap! It's so slimy and gross! Damn it! Oh, I touched its eyeball! Oh god, this is disgusting.
Seriously, how am I supposed to cut up my lamb heads? This is ridiculous.
Ew, I squashed his eyeball.
Full disclosure, this lamb was dead before we started stabbing it and was also a drug dealer.
Ew.
All right, we promised you split open lamb heads, so we're going to give you split open lamb heads.
Oh my god, oh my god. Do it, Hardwick, do it! It's actually not doing much more than the other thing. Oh, it's going! Oh! Oh my god! Ew! You're almost there, you're almost there! We got it! Okay, maybe you don't almost got
Why
it.
won't you take this pill? All right, that's as far as I can go. It looks like Hellraiser.
Okay, I'm thinking maybe it can cut lamb eyeball.
Stop pulling its eye out!
Wait, we really don't want to see this? I kind of want to do this. I'm gonna do it from the booth, Vinny. You're out of luck.
All right, that's gonna squirt, Allison. Why would you?
Wait, it's really. Okay, it's not squirting at all. Ew.
All right, good. We got it. Hey, Slip, awesome. You can dig its eye out.
Okay. What are we gonna say here? Wait, I'm still working on the eye.
All right, well, we're going to say no deal to the Mxz Saw. This did not, this has not worked out well. What a surprise, it squirted eye juice after you punctured it. Sorry, lambs.
Did I get it on me?
There they are, yeah. Anyway, still...
I still had an epic fail from down under.
We're going to see if workplace accidents swirl counterclockwise in Australia. But first, we have an AOT. She's still doing it! First, we have an AOTS clip exclusive from Kick-Ass. Why would you do that? Coming up tomorrow on an all-new AOTS. Rebecca Mader from Lost will be here live in studio to talk about the final season. And viewer-requested Gadgetron Week continues with the Palm Pre Plus. Find out how we rate the revamped Pre. And we've got a South By edition of DV Tuesday. Chris Gore tells you his favorite movies from past South by Southwests. See you tomorrow.
That was awesome.
Yeah. Now that we've cleaned up the eye juice from the set.
Still on my dress.
Today's epic fail comes from Australia and answers the Eternal Zen question.
What is the sound of one crane falling?
Seven since they started moving it.
Yeah. That's not a crane accident. That's a crane accident.
On the bright side, I'm pretty sure no one died in that.
But we're pretty sure someone got fired really hard. Fail that flaccid crane! You know, the most surprising thing, by the way, is how that eye I thought would puncture immediately, and you really had to go to work on it.
That's how much. That's how much that knife sucks.
Go to g4tv.com/AOTS for all the stuff you saw today and more.
Yeah, thanks to our guest Joshua Tablaski, who...
Hey, Scotty. Jesus, man.